The item shop in the game is so freaking boring. Like, basic mag, rapid rounds, these items suck. So we said screw it and we invented our own shop. For example, would you like to become a bunny? A very fast one at that. Or maybe you would like to just grab your opponents and have them come to you. Or just maybe, because it's never happened into a real game, at least to me, turn them into a frog. All and more in today's brand new item shop. All turns to turners, but we made a whole new item shop. BestNameExisting, one of the incredible modders from our Discord, has made over 60 new items, so we just decided to chuck out those old Yoshi items nobody gives a shit about and add some of the most excellent items in the game. We're gonna see them as soon as this wave is over. I'm very curious. It's a mix of old items brought back, a mix of new items completely designed for the game, and we do already see one of them. It is Ammo Scav. Do people still remember Ammo Scav? Ammo Scav is one of the old items that was integrated into the game. Now there is a mechanic that when you secure, deny a soul, or get a kill, you do get one bullet back. But it used to be an item, and now the item's back into the game. But let's look at a little bit more interesting items. I have Mimi here with me, and I do already see this pocket has an item I haven't seen before. What is it?
Yeah, so this is a really interesting one. It's called Unfathomable, and you become stealth, receive some bonus regen, but it really kills your movement speed, and you take damage. Or when you're spotted, you become revealed just like a normal invisibility item, and then attacking or casting abilities will stop the effect entirely, much like something like Shadow Weave or other items we're used to seeing.
It's a very useful item for someone like Pocket, who really thrives off of bursting a lot of damage and catching you unawares. But I do see Ammo Scav is an incredibly popular item. Shiv has it as well. Any other items that are new and unique?
Yeah, we've got True Sight bullets on the... Oh, no, I can't remember the new characters' names yet.
Celeste. Yes, what is this?
True Sight bullets, it's just a nice, clean 10% bullet velocity, but you also build up, it's like a weaker toxic bullets. For 800, it should be a pretty effective item, and it'll be interesting to see if that really does a lot of damage or if it's kind of a waste.
No, it's incredible items so far. Any new items? Anyone else?
Like you said, we've got Ammo Scav. Wraith has Wax Eater, which is sort of similar to a Healing Right. But when you target a enemy trooper, you can kind of cultist sacrifice it and get some regen. And that's really what we're seeing so far.
Yeah, helps with wave clear. Yeah. Continue.
The Warden does have another kind of modification of Healing Right, where Power Nap, where he can... It's basically a Healing Right, but you can't move as much.
Oh, I see. But it does a lot more healing. And also has cooldown reduction, which I imagine is very, very valuable if you're doing something like mid. But yeah. Okay, incredible items so far. We do also see extra stam on this Warden. It is because some of the items upgrade from old items, so we decided to keep some stuff, basic mag, extra stab, that sort of thing. Like not a lot of the complex items, if you will, just because we want to see cool items be built. Extra charge, another one, very typical stuff. But yeah, we've already seen some of the early item choices, incredibly unique stuff overall, and we do already see a little bit of a chase here behind enemy lines. This Vindicta is solo, but can this Holiday wrap it up? Who is playing Holiday? It is Strength. Strength is, of course, one of the best M1 players in NA, and also known for his Holiday as well. Very, very multi-talented person here. And we just see Shiv has gone for a Healbane next. I'm curious if Healbane has any modified abilities or something like that. I think Healbane might have like a big upgrade. Anyhow, Mimi, tell me, what do you see? Any new items? Anything cool and cute being bought out?
Yeah, actually, it's kind of interesting. A lot of players are going for more standard items that we've left in the game. I'm seeing Vin has improved Spirit, which is a good item. Healbane on Shiv. Spirit Strike on Abrams. They're kind of wanting to shift more to what they understand and what they know. And I think that's important because kind of the items that we did keep are very core to some of these builds. So I expect we're going to see a lot of those currently.
Of course. And we do see Sinclair's bought a new item. What does that do? Arcane Eater it is called. It apparently grants extra spirit power if you hit enemy heroes with your bullets. Steal 1 extra spirit power with headshots. This affects stack. That's actually very cool. Just like a remote spirit snatch, if you will, right, Mimi?
Yeah, that's going to be a super good item on Sinclair. Be able to get a few headshots and then immediately go for some of those vexing bolts, get some big damage early.
Oh, what is this? A Radiant Regen, sorry, Mystic Regen modified item. We haven't seen this one before, I think. It is Patron's Gift.
Patron's Gift.
Yeah.
It's sort of similar. Whenever you receive a boon, which is you're going to get a lot of in the early game, you're going to get a pretty significant amount of healing. So during the early game, I think that's a perfect buy, especially on kind of more of a frontline tank like Abrams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine being in the middle of a fight? You're at like 100 health, you suddenly punch a minion, and you're back at full health. That is going to be incredibly strong for this Abrams. But yeah, we do see this Vindicta is going for improved spirit here. Normal item. I don't think we've modified that one. Why are we being toxic at a gluten event, guys? What is going on? Is this Wraith dying a lot? This Wraith is dying a lot. I mean, it happens sometimes. We do have incredible players here. I think we have 5 Eternal 6s. Chua, Comrade, Strength, Shiro, and Liz. So yeah, like very, very packed team today. But yeah. Strength is well known for being like probably the only person at the top of the NA ladder who still very consistently plays Wraith. Most other people have shirked away from her. But yeah, let's focus a little bit on the game. We do not want to deal with these petty squabbles. We want to watch these incredible items. And we are seeing that this patron boon thing is really diffusing across players. It seems to be a very valuable item. Very good for Regen too. Now, any new items, Mimi, that you're seeing?
Yeah, I'm still seeing a lot of the same. We haven't seen anything really fresh and new yet. It's a lot of improved spirits. I think the majority of the players have improved spirit at this point. Mm-hmm. But really, what I think that's really going to be interesting in this game is we have some items that are similar to things that we've seen before. There's things like Icarus Wings, where if you've played Street Brawl, that sounds kind of familiar. And it does the same thing, but just as worse. So I can't wait to see some of those items come in.
Yeah, I mean, the new items from Street Brawl enable so many more smaller items down the line. We've had many unique ideas that we wanted to make like for one-off events, but we just decided, you know, let's just combine all of them into one big mega event. And I see that... Oh, that is a weird healing booster. What does that healing booster do?
So that healing booster is Barrier Booster, and increases the effectiveness of your healing and barriers you apply. So any barriers that you have, you're going to get plus 20% effectiveness. Warden, who has a natural barrier ability, super good item for him. I mean, that would be core in Deadlock.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Celeste, Warden, Paige, any character that has a lot of... Oh, what was that melee distance from that Warden? Can we take a look back at Warden? Melee Sprint. Melee Sprint reduces your heavy melee damage by 70%, but it makes your distance 150%. That's actually insane. You can go, like, through the map with that. What do you think of that item, Mimi? Oh my god, look at this Warden.
I mean, that is a crazy item. It sounds super fun to use, super fun to mess around with, and... the further we get into this game, the more I keep getting reminded of things like Cracklock, where the game has just kind of been flipped on its head, and it's just so interesting to see what's going on. And, you know, we have no basis for these kind of items, and it'll be super, super fun to see.
Oh, yeah.
That melee distance, for example. Absolutely crazy.
Oh, this Maurice has 2 items. I think I know one of them. It's the item that makes you into a rabbit, and it has been used right in front of us. Fantastic item. Makes you into a really, really fast rabbit, so you can just run away from your problems. So Mo with Burrow and the rabbit item, he's going to be freaking unkillable. What is that sprint boots looking like item on Mo?
Yeah, so it's very similar to electric slippers. This one's called static boots. It gives you some sprint speed, gives you some slide damage, and just like electric slippers, it deals damage while you're sliding to the enemies around you. But, thank God, much less damage than it does in Street Brawl.
Oh, of course. I mean, like, you cannot just copy the Street Brawl items wholesale. That's going to be really dangerous. And I do see an incredibly interesting item here, this Viper. We should take a look at it. What is that 3200 item? Corpse Explosion.
Corpse Explosion, yeah. Another fun one. Your spirit damage applies healing reduction, and if an enemy hero dies under this effect, you receive a large heal. So it's kind of like a heal bane, kind of not. Got some nice additives to it that I think is going to make it pretty good item.
Oh, but it also has some sort of explosion effect attached to it, if I read it correctly.
Yes, the passive. Yeah, kills or assists cause an explosion where the victim dies. Kills against heroes have greater radius and damage. So, yeah, just kind of nuking the map with that.
Oh god. And we do see this Infernus has 2 all new items. One of them looks like compressed cooldown. It is called itemized cooldown. It reduces the cooldown of your items. So people who might not remember this, it used to be the case that cooldown for items and for abilities was one and the same, but then they got split off. Now, of course, we need items in order to combat this atrocity that's been done to us. People who like using active items. Price of power. Imbue an ability with spirit power, but reduce ability range. I guess this is like a perfect item for Afterburn, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, the downsides are pretty much effectively useless, right? Afterburn always procs, it always doesn't have any range, so great item for Infernus.
Yeah, I assume that the ability range part might work with like the drop-off range or something, so you need to be very close to enemies, but that's not really a problem. A big slam here. That's going to be one hell of a dead Vindicta, right? Right? No, this Vindicta survives. What a Vindicta. Yeah. Yeah, but she's just going to back out here. But yeah, I'm curious, what is items that you were expecting to see so far, Mimi, but I don't think anyone has bought yet?
Oh man, I mean, there's so many fun ones, and there's just not enough time to go through all of them. I really hope we do get to see a Mystic Piano. This is in the game now. It's just like the Mystic Piano in Street Brawl. I'm really excited to see that. I really love all the Spirit items. I think we've got some really fun ones, so anyone running a Spirit build is who I would watch.
Okay, but we do need to watch on this Mo, who does have a new item. It looks like some sort of anchor. What does it do?
Yeah, lead lined heals. This is a very interesting one. Plus 70% gravity scale, gives you some extra health and some debuff resist, and sliding directly into an enemy deals heavy spirit damage. This on top of electric slippers, I think, is a great idea. And oh no, the rabbit can get into the tunnels. Didn't think about this.
Yes. Mo with access to the tunnels, that is scary. Yes, but oh, pause. Anyhow, we're back in the game, and Warden has already clicked his ult. His melee charge is actually going to be so useful for chasing heroes in the middle of his ult. I mean, that's already a pick. Usually Celeste is one of the characters that is the hardest to catch, but if you could just hover through the map like that, whatever, who cares? Vindicta is dead there too, and I do see Infernus chasing the smoke. Nope, not gonna work out. Infernus does have a new item here. It looks like some sort of whirlwind? Bloodthirst Barrel. Each hero kill grants permanent fire rate up to a max of 6 times. Sounds like a little bit of a weaker glass cannon, right, Mimi?
Yeah, it's basically glass cannon without the upfront bullet damage, so very interesting to have that as a cheaper side item, and frankly, I think it's very interesting. Pretty cool.
Perfectly good. Anyhow, let's take a look at another here. I'm curious if anyone's built anything interesting. This Abrams might as well be playing for a normal build. Just kinetic dash and such. Yeah, but what do we have? Oh, this guy has so many new items. Let's cover all of them. So he has extra stam. He does have a green active reload? Oh, wait, let's look at Spirit Muffler. No, which one? Spirit Muffler. Spirit Muffler. Target an enemy to reduce their ability range, ability duration, and spirit power. Sort of like an overpowered Spirit Sap, right?
Yeah, kind of an upgraded Spirit Sap is kind of how I view it.
Yeah, just like a very good anti-spirit item. Oh, very nice catch there. But we need to take a look at this. Active acrobatics. While reloading, pressing R during the highlighted portion will instantly finish your reload and grant you a brief burst of move speed and stamina recovery. That seems very strong. I mean, one of the big struggles that gun characters have is just the ability to chase enemies. That's why Fleet Foot is such a standard item. And Maurice catches a very big combo there. Doesn't surprise me. It is Palmer playing Maurice. Palmer is the best Mo in NA. He is well known for being like the greatest Mo one trick in existence. And Mimi, are you familiar with the Palmer principles?
I'm not, no.
The Palmer principles are Palmer's radical way of playing Mo and Krill. It has some very quirky features to it. Like, for example, Palmer firmly believes the duration extender sucks, and that you should get extra range on Mo abilities instead. He has his own philosophy, and by God, it works. He's an E6 small race player. But yeah, this Chua is trying to get out right here, right now. He's going to be successful. I do see a whole bunch of hovering there. And that Wraith is dead. But yeah, let's take a look at... What is it?
We got to take a look at this holiday. This holiday's got some very fun things going on.
Oh god, we're missing the fight for it. But the holiday has Seraphim wings!
Yeah, Icarus wings in this mode. It's slightly worse than Seraphim rings from Street Brawl, but kind of does the same thing. And on holiday, being really floaty, being able to just kind of fly around the map, as we're seeing right now, that's such a great item for this character.
Yeah, it's like you spend 6,400 souls to become Celeste. It's like fantastic. I can only imagine. But yeah, I mean, what else? What else? We do see this Viper also has the sliding thing. Wait, have we seen the sliding thing yet? No, that's an upgraded version.
Yeah, so there is two versions. They do look very similar. So there's static boots, which is a 1600 buy, and then there's what the Viper has, which is electric slippers. It's not as good as the Street Brawl version, but does share the same name. More movement speed, more slide distance, and then you gain evade bullets, fire rate, and deal damage like electric slippers. What's very interesting is a shocking amount of players have gone for these static boots item, and even we're starting to see a few go for the electric slippers, like we said, with Viper, but also Mo, also Wraith, all going for this item.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can completely understand why you would go. I mean, this is like an incredible wave clear item. Doesn't surprise me one bit. But yeah, what is this Wraith doing? This Wraith is saving a whole bunch of money. She's gone for the electric slippers. I don't know what she's saving for. We haven't seen any 6,400 items yet. Well, except the Seraphim wings, the Icarus wings, if you will. So yeah, that's going to be great. Shiv is doing Shiv things there below. Maybe you don't want to go up there. The urn is hovering around the urn drop-off, but not there yet. Shiv is very low. Wraith is chasing, and that is one big pick. The Abrams, the Sinclair, incredibly low. Urn has been secured, and that is yet another pick. This Wraith now has enough money to buy a 6,400 item. Will she opt for it? No, she's just back into base. Warden is behind enemy lines, though. I don't know about that one, Warden boy. I don't know what you want to do there. He has the corpse explosion sort of dynamic, but he has some sort of upgraded ability that looks like Transcendent cooldown. What does that do? Transcendent
Yeah, it's very
Spirit.
similar. This is Transcendent Spirit. It gives you 15% spirit power, ability cooldown reduction, more duration, spirit power just straight up, and a little bit of regen. So basically the improved spirit version of Transcendent cooldown.
Yeah, it's like an alternative of Boundless Spirit. This Maurice Course Explosion, another item that we're seeing on a lot of people. Makes sense. Any sort of splash ability is just so freaking valuable. Maurice grabs a very big combo here. Is there going to be enough time to wrap this up? Yes, no, maybe so. No, you're just going to try and go for a pick. Nope, he just goes for farm. As this Infernus is chasing, he tries to wrap it out of it. Is not going to be enough. This Infernus is applying so much afterburn, and that has to be one dead mole man. Anyhow, nothing interesting on the Infernus. Again, so much electric slippers. Clearly one of the standout items in this mode. And we do see a modified version of debuff remover, I think. We'll see that in a bit right after this fight. This Warden is 2v1ing somewhat successfully. I don't know if he's going to be able to do much here. He's just going to try and back the heck out of dodge. And nope, he is very much one hell of a dead Warden.
Yeah, we do finally see that this Wraith actually bought some of those items with a large amount of souls that they had. Price of Power is the first one. It's kind of an interesting thing where I believe we saw that on the Infernus, where it gives you spirit power, gives you duration, but at the cost of some cooldown and some ability range. And then this new item that we haven't seen yet, Adrenaline Rush, gives you 90 bonus health. You get ability cooldown reduction, ability duration, and movement speed when there are 2 more enemies close within range, kind of the spirit version of Hunter's Aura. So that'll another good item for a rather spirit heavy character.
I see another punch item on this Shiv. I'm curious what that is. So a Shadow Strike. Ooh, this seems to be an item that gives you an invisibility on stamina use. So based off of the Street Brawl item, and doing a melee attack while invisible will cause you to steal bullets and spirit resistant. So very good item for a Shiv who loves being very close quarters here. Loves getting that stamina. He does have Spirit Strike. Is that the normal Spirit Strike or is that a modified Spirit Strike?
That is the regular Spirit Strike.
Regular Spirit Strike. Which makes sense. Punch Shiv is, you know, used to be the king of the meta back in the good old days, but no more. Palmer has grabbed that urn. We just see a massive conglomeration of people from the Sapphire team trying to gather around that urn. But yeah, long range... Oh, we need to look at the debuff first. This debuff Dispeller. Ooh, it gives more barrier effectiveness as well. Okay, so unlike the normal item. Very interesting stuff. Very good if you need a little bit of... If you're like a support hero and you're caught a little bit out of position. Palmer is still looking for that urn. I don't know that you're able to deliver it. The Sapphire team is zoning very, very well. Face Me and Die has been activated, but it does not matter. The Wraith is going to cancel it with her own ult. And yeah, I mean, one snipe and suddenly you are dead. Shiv is around here. I mean, it's kind of hard to melee that Vindicta. I don't know if you're going to be able to pull that one off. But, yeah, I mean, this Pocket is chasing a little bit here. Trying to see if he can get that Shiv. He does become a Rabbit. The Rabbit is proving to be yet another item we're seeing on so many people. The ability to just move around very quickly on it. So freaking valuable. The Shiv is trying to 1v3 here. He does almost get that Vindicta, but doesn't matter. The Shiv is dead. Very good fight. Palmer is going to be used this opportunity with several people dead to just deliver the urn. He is losing a whole bunch of HP. The Sinclair fails to zone him, and that is one heck of a delivered urn. Very well done.
Very similar to Omnicharge Signet, just a little bit worse. He put that on the barrel, and he has so many barrels. I watched him absolutely decimate a Viper earlier. He's just flying around, throwing barrels down. Hopefully we get to see him do that a little bit here. This just looks like a super fun build.
Right, dude is playing Donkey Kong while the rest of us are playing Deadlock. Am I right?
Exactly. You've got it. Spot on.
Spot on. Yeah, I mean, like, it's just... like, as an Eternus player, your big goal is just to abuse any item that you can. Oh, we do see a new item on this Abrams. We're going to see it right after this fight. He is chasing very deeply here. And is there going to be a pick here? I do hear the sounds of the Maurice somewhere. But the ult has been stolen. Another counter ult here. Comes in for a nice punch. But, I mean, it's a Rabbit. Is he going to be able to escape here? He is so nimble. Not going to be enough time. Let's look at this reverse hollow point. Hollow edge. Ooh. Interesting. It seems like a slightly nerfed version of hollow point.
Yeah, that's kind of the gist that I'm getting from it. Just a kind of cheaper hollow point is kind of what it feels like to me.
Yeah. Oh, well, fair enough. Some items have to be unique. Some items don't have to be unique. Some items can just be items. And yeah, this Electric Sleepers is proving to be so nice in these gunfights. You just, especially if you've already afterburned them. Look at everyone sliding. This is the slidiest game that we haven't seen. And I mean, it's not on Viper either. But yeah, Escalating Exposure has been picked up by this Infernus. Normal item for him. Loses a glass cannon stack. And we do see that this Viper has bought the Colossus item, but it's so chaotic right now. I'm going to just show it on the side screen. And yeah, big fight. And that's going to be one hell of a Viper. With 6.5 second afterburn. You better get debuff remover in order to survive that one. But yeah, so far the game has been pretty equal. 144 to 148k. Very dynamic game all around. 1 walker to 2. But I mean, the king of the lobby is this strength character. He is just dominating so hard. Being Celeste with a much better kit and much higher mobility than her, it's just insane. Celeste has been such a dominant force over the normal Deadlock lobbies. Doesn't surprise me at all. Any interesting items you're seeing, Mimi?
Yeah, we do have one on the Magician. It looks like a grenade. It's called Soul Disruptor. You throw a grenade that explodes on contact, silences, reduces spirit resist, and applies escalating damage to each enemy. It's kind of a funky item. It's very interesting. Nothing kind of to compare that to in the real game, but I'm excited to see what he does with it.
I mean, like, it seems like a soul amp sort of ability, especially if you have a spirit heavy comp. And right now, boy oh boy, there are 6 spirit characters in that team. You might want 1 or 2 people to just pick that up just to get that spirit amp. And no, he's just going for mid boxes. What is she gonna buy? Oh wait, let's look at the holiday. What is she gonna buy? Holiday buys Frenzy, Green Frenzy, Escape Key. Oh my god. You know what this holiday really needed? More mobility. Can you imagine?
Exactly what I was thinking. Exactly right. Strength needs to fly around more.
Alright, grabs a very nice grab here. Is that going to be enough to kill that Vindicta? I don't think so. Not yet, at least. More barrels are going to be necessary. Vindicta is a flying character. It'll be hard to hit her with barrels. Doesn't matter, though. The strength just wraps it up, and that's going to be 1 big pick on her. Nice pick on that Celeste as well. But is there going to be another pick? Yes, there is on this pocket. The Sinclair is very low health. Is going to be able to back out on time. And no, this Wraith comes in with no Warden ult. How are you going to be able to survive? Warden is healing something right there. Doesn't matter. And the Wraith backs out. And can we talk about this Wraith item? Anyhow. This is the newest Wraith item, Shell Shocker. It gives you a negative weapon accuracy when you hit people. I think that is freaking insane. And we need to look at the Colossus-like item. I think the Apex Reflex gives you a little bit of reload speed and move speed. Anyhow, let's focus on the fight. Is this going to be a big mid pick? Lots of parries. And that is 3 picks for the Sapphire team and a team wipe for Amber. Incredible result, and I think Sapphire team is going to be able to clean up that mid walker. Okay, now we're looking at this Warden, and he has some sort of metal skin-like item. Glucogenic Vengeance. Gain a significant bullet resistance, automatically fire a bullet. So this seems like a very upgraded version of Return Fire, right?
Exactly, yeah. That's kind of how I view it as well.
Yeah. I mean, like, 80% bullet resist is insane. It's like almost a full metal skin and does rebuff for you. It's just a bane for the other team, especially because they do have a couple characters who have opted to go for gun instead of for spirit-heavy builds. Anyhow, what other hero are we going to look at?
We do see a new item on Celeste, Spiritual Aura. Gives you and your allies spirit-focused aura and has doubled value on nearby allies. Gives you both ability range and cooldown reduction. Very nice item to pick up.
This is like Mystic Conduit from Street Brawl, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And Counter-Strike. This is somewhat different to Counter-Spell. This gives you melee damage and melee attack speed if you manage to get a parry. That's actually fantastic. Melee Celeste is, of course, I don't know if that's a thing. But we do see the Celeste Ball is doing God's work, protecting this last walker for Team Amber. She is being chased to the depths of the earth. Is there going to be enough damage to wrap her up? And with 1 afterburn, I would hope so. But yeah, I think she's dead. But yeah, with 4 people dead from the Amber team, that walker should be backed up. And I think we're going to see a big advance towards the enemy base.
Yeah, certainly I think we're going to see a base push here. It's really kind of a dire situation for Amber and here. They're just not winning these team fights, not working together as well as we're seeing Sapphire.
Yeah, and we just see from Sapphire a new item from our holiday. Can we take a look at this frog item?
Yeah, again, just strength finding the cool stuff, the interesting things. Polymorph lens, get to target an enemy, turn them into a harmless frog. Kind of like they had the idea for Pocket a long time ago. But taking great advantage of it here. Silences, disarms, prevents melee parrying. Kind of like a rabbit hex, but just better.
Yeah, Urn has been delivered right now from our Sinclair. Very good stuff from him. And, I mean, the sole difference is clearly favoring the Sapphire team. What other interesting items do we see? We see a blood tribute. Is that... Oh, yeah, let's talk about this one. Do you want to take it over, Mimi?
Yeah, Gilded Bullets, very interesting. Gives you some fire rate, again, ability range. And it's sort of like a ricochet. Your bullets will ricochet on enemies near your target and will apply any kind of proc abilities that you have and do a small percentage of the original damage. So somewhat similar to Ricochet, but gives you a little extra on the side.
Yeah. a little bit less damage, a little bit more procs. And I mean, for a character like Infernus, incredibly important. He is like an incredibly strong character right now. Ricochet doesn't work. Let's go. Hello there, this is Future Snake. Seems like the item's working just fine. I do see a weighted shots here. I'm curious how it's been modified. Let's look at this fight, though. This Abrams tried to get that pick on that pocket, but not going to be enough. Is he going to back here? I think he needs to become a rabbit and get the heck out of dodge. That Shiv might just decide, you know, he's going to... Oh, no. Shiv is dead. Shiv is dead. Never mind. All right, let's look at the weighted shots modified item. Oh, this looks like regular weighted shots.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the exact numbers on regular weighted shots. To me, it feels slightly different, but I'm not exactly sure. We might have to compare the two and see if they have actually changed or not.
I can only assume that it has an upgrade. We're going to see it in a little bit. But yeah, this Viper is doing a lot of work there. Her team is chasing. She decides to back off at 1600 health. I don't know how wise is that, but still very fine for now. So let's look at the Sinclair. He does have Echo Shard. I wonder if Echo Shard has been modified. Nope, it looks like a normal Echo Shard. But what is that Timeout Hex? Timeout Hex gives you a time slow, so everybody can be paradoxed. That's an even better version of slowing Hex. It's gonna be very valuable.
Yeah, it's kind of got a crazy duration of 3.8 seconds where you're slowed down. That's going to be pretty brutal if you get caught in that.
Yeah. This Maurice has been caught out of position. He's going to try and rabbit out of it. Look at the amount of mobility. He's a rabbit. He's a frog. He's so many different things. But I think this Maurice is going to be able to survive. His burrow is going to activate right now. And I think he's out of that fight. But the Shiv is chasing this pocket fairly hard. He does have a couple knives on him, but not going to be enough to get a pick. Yeah, right now the big fight is just trying to get one pick so they can go for a base, or alternatively wait 5 seconds and see if they can get the mid boss. They do have a 30k advantage. They do have that incredibly fed strength. I think Team Sapphire might have a chance to just pull a 6v6 mid boss, but will they? Well, they don't need to. They do get that one pick on that Wraith, and I think that's gonna be the big amount. That's going to be the turnaround here. We do see a whole bunch of stuff being thrown. I don't even know what half of these effects do. And, I mean, Sinclair is going to look for an ult to steal. I think it's very fantastic to have a Sinclair on the team, especially in this format, because there's just so many cool abilities that you can associate with him. And he just decided to clear that ball from Celeste. He is not going to be able to get a pick. And I do hear the sweet, sweet sounds of mid. Is this Wraith gonna be, this Holiday gonna be able to survive here? Yes, with her infinite mobility, she manages to pull it off. And I don't know if you can do mid here.
Come on now.
How many do we think Sapphire is gonna be able to secure? They're certainly gonna get at least one or two. We do see the water null be popped up, and one, two, come on. The last one, okay, grabbed by Team Sapphire, very well done. And I mean, he has a rescue beam. This is like full-on support Warden. I'm loving this so much. Is this a normal rescue beam or is this... well, we'll check it in a bit. Big fight happening here. I don't know if you want to fight that Infernus up and down the stairs. He does have those electric slippers. He's doing so much work here. You just have 4 dashes in case you even decide to think about getting away from him. But Lightyear is doing so much work. And that's going to be enough to get a pick. That barrier explodes on his face. Well done.
25% health, you gain 40% ability range, 40% ability duration, and a little bit of extra spirit power as a kicker. That's a great item for Pocket. I mean, just make your affliction as big as possible.
Yeah,
Hopefully we get to see a massive affliction here.
Yeah, so many items that give you a massive bonus once you're less than 25% health. I mean, like, this is one of the few levers that you have in the game. You can't really make new items or new effects. You kind of have to copy stuff from existing items. And, yeah, big pick there on Liz. I think that might be enough to just force a little bit of a push towards the Amber base. The urn has been, you know, delivered very close to its drop-off. I don't know if you're allowed to deliver it all the way to the end, but, yeah, another big pick, though. What are you seeing, Mimi?
Yeah, we do see, unfortunately he's dead right now, so I'll let this fight kind of play out, because I'm struggling to figure out what's going on and all that mess.
Oh, I see what I want to see. I want to see a soul rebirth. Yes, baby, we have soul rebirth back in the game. Just in case you didn't think that dealing with what's its face, Holiday, that has infinite mobility once she's low health, she could just revive herself and kill you again. Anyhow, gets another pick here, I presume, and that's gonna be 5 people. That's one last pick in that raid, and I think the Team Sapphire is just allowed to march to the enemy base.
And unfortunately, at this point, the soul differential has just gotten too high, and I don't see a good way of coming back from this.
Yeah. Anyhow, Team Amber has decided they're gonna. Team Sapphire has decided they're gonna push to the base. They're trying to do a little bit of damage. Gets a nice pick on that Viper. That Pocket, the last hope. I think he might have flunked on that Affliction and gets caught out of position. The Napalm is dropped on him, but it's not gonna be enough damage. I don't think he managed to get that Afterburn stack. Wraith, on the other hand, is catching this Infernus incredibly out of position, and that is gonna be one major pick. But yeah, not gonna be enough. Just exchanges 1 for 1. That's not what you need in this big base fight. You want to get more than just a trade. You want to get picks here. Otherwise, your second shrine is going to fall. And when that second shrine falls, I think it is GG for you. The macro advantage that the 2-shrine system has is just too much. And yeah, Palmer gets picked as well. I think you're allowed to just continue here. And I don't know. Yeah, you're just allowed to get the shrine here. What are you seeing, Mimi?
Yeah, I'm seeing some desperation buys from Hidden King here. Things like the Vindicta has Trick Shotter, gives you extra weapon range, more zoom, a little bit of sprint speed, comes at the cost of move speed, and plus 140% weapon damage if you're beyond 30 meters. So kind of exactly where Vindicta wants to operate.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is clearly a better version of long range and sharpshooter. Something that Vindicta mainly goes spirit nowadays rather than gun, but I mean, like, we need items like that in order for gun to work. But yeah, trying to go for picks here. She is doing a lot of damage just staying above them, but she's missing those snipes, and that is gonna be really bad. Does get a pick there on Chua. Does probably get a pick there on the Abrams. He is very low, yeah, and the defense has actually proven to be very successful, but not successful enough. With the Shrine's Fall, and that's going to be a huge macro advantage for Team Sapphire.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a hard one to overcome. I do see another interesting item here on the Infernus. He picked up Eldritch Shot. Gives you a little bit extra spirit power, and your next bullet applies a powerful debuff, reducing the enemy's damage output and their healing. You get a little bit extra spirit damage on top of that, and of course, like the Street Brawl version of this item, you do have some penetration with the bullet.
Of course. Makes sense. Gets a very big pick there on that Wraith. Palmer is trying to sneak an urn in. I mean, the comeback urns are essentially their last hope. He does have 50 trillion stamina, and he does have a red rescue beam. What is that item?
Yeah, the red rescue beam, kind of interesting. Evil rescue beam gives you a little bit of sprint speed, whatever, ability range, sure, but you can rescue beam your enemies.
That is insane. Healing them for a little bit, but I mean, as Mo, can you imagine like bringing the meal all the way up to your face? Just grab the enemy and then press 4. Incredible item for Mo. He does manage to secure that urn while everybody else is busy deathballing. I don't know that you want to fight here if you're Team Amber. You probably just want to play passive, try to back to base. You are a player down. You are 30k souls down. I don't think that's a good fight for you, but it is one big pick here by Palmer, and I mean, is that going to convert into a pick? The Celeste Ball is doing God's work here, so much damage, but is that going to be enough? I don't think so. 2 picks have already been secured, and Abrams is, you know, still dying to the ball, though.
Yeah, the Pocket did pick up Overcharger, which, long story short, basically gives you a lot of duration and ability range. And he did get a pretty big Affliction there, so I think that's kind of why Sapphire here is kind of hesitant to push in.
Yeah. Affliction is just such a powerful stomping ability. We do see a Divine Barrier there. We'll see it in a bit. But yeah, I mean, like, so many deaths. I think that is the last pick. It is Palmer. He's going to try to rabbit out of there, but I don't think he's... Oh, never mind. That is 4 people down, and that is going to be a march towards the enemy base, and I think maybe that's even GG. Mimi, any final comments, any final items that you'd like to see? He just died to Hidden King. Let's go.
Wait, it happens to the best of us. Just remember that, folks.
And the best of us being Comrade, of course. Anyhow, we do see a Colossus. Let's do one last view in this Warden. He does have Leviathan. That makes you massively OP. What the hell? Anyhow, big last fight here. It seems like Team Sapphire has kind of abandoned the Warden. The Warden is just... Is he just like rolling the base by himself? I don't think you're allowed to do that.
He's not getting a ton of help here.
He has activated his Leviathan. Yes. See how big that makes you. Can't even observe him correctly. But that is 1 death. I mean, I don't know what happened there. But that inferred his death must have rattled.
It does pop, so he's coming back.
Yeah. Okay, but immediately gets Wraith ulted and
assassinated. Just nuked.
Oh, we do see this new refresher on our pocket. Can we see what that's about? Overcharger. Yeah, that's the overcharger that you were talking about.
The item I briefly talked about, where it gives him the big duration and range. He kind of trying to pair that with his affliction, and it did get 3 in the last fight, and hopefully, I'm sure he's looking to get more next fight.
Time Stop Vortex. Ooh, so this is presumably an upgraded version, much like Slowing Hex versus Vortex Web. But yeah, anyhow, Palmer is trying to 1v4 here. I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, is there going to be enough time to delay? The mid boss is very low and very burstable. Team Amber is here. Celeste, it does not have her ball. Tries to go for a stun here. That Viper is very low. On the other hand, he's just chasing. Big mid-boss fight. 1 punch, 2 punch. Is there going to be 3 secures? That is going to be 3. And I think Team Sapphire might have just secured the game.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's probably going to be about it. And sadly, the Warden isn't going to come back up because Soul Rebirth does give you 30% more respawn time. So he's been dead for, I think the timer said 118 seconds, something like that. But yeah, unfortunately, he's not going to be up, but I'm sure they can work it out. Not concerned. I'm sure they'll get the win here.
Oh, come on, Holiday. Come on, Strength. You should get that pick. Wrap it up. Wrap it up before they get it. No, I don't think he sees it anymore. Never mind. G freaking G. I hope everybody liked that video, and if you did, you should like and subscribe. Join our Discord. Check the link to the mod in the description below, and have a good day, folks.